What if your life isn't really yours? What if your choices were never truly made by you? What if the world you live in is just a carefully designed illusion? We grow up thinking we're free, that we choose our paths, that we control our own minds. But beneath the surface of our daily lives, something deeper is at work. Some call it society, others call it the system. But today, we'll call it what it truly is: the Matrix. And the real question is, can we ever escape? From the moment we're born, we're told what to believe, who to be, what to want, what's right, what's wrong. But what if this reality is just a mask? Long ago, the philosopher Plato told a story. People were chained inside a cave. All they could see were shadows on a wall. They believed the shadows were real, but they were wrong. Plato's cave is not just a story, it's a warning. Maybe we are also watching shadows, thinking they are the truth. The Matrix isn't made of machines. It's made of beliefs, rules, labels, norms. We live in a world that feels real, but it's designed to keep us asleep, to keep us busy, distracted, obedient. We wear invisible chains. We don't see them because everyone else wears them too. But deep down, something feels off, and that quiet whisper in our soul, it's asking, is this all there is? So who builds this matrix? Not one person, not one group. It's built by systems, passed down through generations, culture, school, media, religion, money. Each piece teaches us how to act, how to think, how to be normal. The philosopher Michel Foucault said society controls us without chains. It teaches us to control ourselves. We learn to follow rules without question, to dress a certain way, to speak a certain way, to think only in safe, approved ways. Even our dreams are shaped by this system. What we want, what we fear, what we believe is possible. Carl Jung spoke of the persona, the mask we wear to fit in. Most of us wear it all the time, and we forget who we were before we put it on. This matrix doesn't punish us with pain. It rewards us with comfort. It tells us, stay in line and you'll be safe. But safety was not freedom, and comfort is not truth. You may say, but I have freedom. I make my own choices. Do you? We choose what to eat, what to buy, who to love, what to believe. But where did those choices come from? Thinkers like David Hume believed that free will might be an illusion, that we act from habits, emotions, and past experiences, not true freedom. Even rebellion is often pre-approved. Buy this product and be unique. Join this group and be different. Just like everyone else, the system is smart. It doesn't need to control us with force. It simply offers us choices, all within the same box. So we run from one option to another, thinking we're free. But the box never changes, and the walls stay just as high. But sometimes something happens. A crack appears. It might be a moment of silence, a deep loss, a dream that feels too real, or a sudden feeling that time has stopped. People speak of near-death experiences, of waking up in strange ways, of feeling something beyond words. In ancient texts like the Bhagavad Gita, the soul is said to be eternal, buried. Beneath illusion, Rumi, the mystic poet, said, "You were born with wings. Why prefer to crawl through life?" Sometimes we remember who we really are. Not a name, not a role, but something timeless, pure awareness itself. Modern science explores this too. Through meditation, psychedelics, or deep stillness, people report seeing through the illusion. The matrix starts to flicker, and in that moment we realize there is more, where truth rises and the illusion fades. But here's the secret. We don't need to run away from the world. We need to wake up within it. Real freedom doesn't come from escaping society. It comes from seeing through its illusion. Spiritual teachers like Jiddu Krishnamurti said, "It is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a sick society. To be free, we must question everything, even our own minds." The Stoics taught that freedom is choosing how we respond. Eckhart Tolle said, "Awareness is the greatest agent of change. When we become aware, we begin to step out of the matrix, not by fighting it, not by running from it, but by no longer believing in it. It's an inner rebellion, a quiet revolution. But be warned, the matrix doesn't let go easily. When you wake up, you may feel alone, misunderstood, even attacked. People will call you strange, too serious, too sensitive, too awake. History is full of those who saw through the system. Socrates, Giordano Bruno. Mystics, rebels, whistleblowers. They spoke truth and were punished for it, because the system fears what it cannot control, and nothing is harder to control than a free mind. So yes, awakening has a cost, but what is the price of staying asleep? To live a lie, to die never knowing who you truly were. Sometimes the truth burns, but it also sets us free. Now we reach the final question: can we ever escape the matrix? The answer is not what you expect. We don't escape by hiding or by destroying society. We escape by living differently, by choosing truth over comfort, presence over distraction, love over fear. We become the creators of a new reality. Not perfect, not easy, but real. We remember what the Matrix tried to make us forget. We are not machines. We are not roles. We are not shadows. We are conscious beings, timeless, infinite, awake. So, can we ever escape the Matrix? We already have the key. We always did. The door was never locked. All we have to do is see. What if everything you think you know about your life is a lie? What if your choices, your dreams, even your sense of freedom were all carefully designed by someone else? Imagine waking up one day and realizing the world around you isn't real, not in the way you thought. Just like in the movie The Matrix, where people live in a dream world while their real bodies are asleep. But here, there are no machines or science fiction, just society, culture, norms, expectations. From the moment we are born, we are taught how to think, what to believe, who to be. We're told what success looks like, what love is, what kind of life we should want. We rarely stop to ask who made these rules. In this section, we open the door to a deeper truth, that most people live inside an invisible cage. A cage made of habits, beliefs, and roles passed down by generations. And the scariest part, most people never realize they're trapped. Society works like a computer system, and from the moment you're born, your mind is being programmed. Your family, your teachers, the media, religion, school, government, they all feed you ideas about how the world works, about what's good or bad, right or wrong, about who you should be. These ideas become your beliefs become your thoughts, and your thoughts shape your entire life. But what if these ideas were never really yours? Think about it. We dress a certain way because it's fashion. We chase careers, money, and status because that's what success is supposed to look like. We go to school, get a job, get married, and try to be normal. But none of it was chosen freely. It was handed to us. This is the matrix of society. A system that teaches you how to be before you ever ask who you really are. And unless you pause and question it, you may spend your whole life following a script that was never written by you. Who are you? Really, most people think they know. I'm a teacher, I'm a mother, I'm a student, I'm an artist. But these roles are just labels. Underneath them, who is the real you? From a young age, we're given identities. We're told who we are by others. We're praised for some things, punished for others. Slowly we build a mask, a version of ourselves that fits in with what society expects. Psychologists call it the persona. Spiritual teachers call it the ego. It's not your true self. It's a character you've been trained to play. But if your personality, beliefs, and habits were shaped by outside forces, then who would you be without them? If you dropped every label, every expectation, every story about who you are, what's left? That question is the beginning of waking up. Sometimes the matrix glitches. You see a crack in the illusion. It might be during a quiet walk, a deep meditation, or even in a moment of crisis. Suddenly, something inside you shifts. You realize there's more to life than you've been told. More than the 9 to 5, the scrolling, the routines. Throughout history, people have had these moments. Mystics, poets, and seekers have described them as awakenings. A moment when the veil lifts, when you feel a connection to something bigger than yourself, when time slows down and everything feels real. These experiences aren't always dramatic, but they change you. They show you that another kind of life is possible, one that isn't built on fear or comparison or competition. They are signs that your soul remembers something the world made you forget. But here's the hard truth. The system doesn't want you to wake up. When you start to think differently, act differently, or question the rules society pushes back, you might be called crazy. You might feel alone. You might be laughed at, judged, or ignored. Look through history. The people who challenged the system were often attacked, silenced, or forgotten. Free thinkers, mystics, rebels, they threatened the order. And the Matrix doesn't like disorder.